Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Body Wisdom Podcast. So happy to have you here. And if you're tuning in on YouTube, you will see that my dog Millie is making another appearance. So I'm so excited for you to join this episode, and we're going to get right into it. I want to take a little bit of time and answer two questions that I get all of the time. And I think it's important to go back to the basics a little bit. It's important to explain the foundation behind the methods that we use here at Her Body Wisdom. And that might be able to help you recognize how this is showing up in your life and if that is something that could benefit you. So, the two questions that I get all the time are number one, what exactly does it mean to have emotions become trapped in your body? And if that is even possible. And the second question is, what is somatic healing and how can that help me? So, to answer the first question, I just want to say that if you find that you're thinking, oh my gosh, that is bogus, there's no way that that is true. I totally understand that you might feel that way, especially if you were born and raised in the US. And I can say that because I was born and raised in Ohio. I've lived here in the US my whole life, love living here. But I will say that we were not taught a whole lot about the mind body connection. We were not taught a whole lot about how to be connected to our bodies, listen to our bodies, feel grounded in our bodies, and more present in our daily lives. It's something that seems to be happening a little bit more, but definitely not, 20, 30 years ago and beyond. It was not a thing at all. That plus our healthcare system is not really set up to provide education for us to know how to connect to our bodies. It's all set up on just managing symptoms and putting out fires. We just were not really exposed to this whole idea that our emotions can actually become trapped in our bodies and create all these health issues that show up later in our lives or even earlier in our lives. So let's just take a moment to recognize that even though this is a practice that has been around for many, many, many years, it might just not be something that we have or you have been exposed to. And so if it's something that you're just sort of seeing and opening your eyes up to, and it sounds a little ridiculous, that is understandable. And I hope that this explanation can make a little bit more sense for you as to why this is just so true and something that I am deeply passionate about helping people understand more of. First off, your nervous system. So, your nervous system is your brain and your spinal cord, and all of your nerves that are interwoven throughout your body is in charge of how you think about yourself, how you feel, how you're showing up in the world, how you're dancing, how your gestures are. And it also controls how you breathe, how you digest your food, all of those things. And your nervous system is shaped by your life experiences. That is why I always say your body holds the stories of your lived experiences because your nervous system is constantly reacting to the world around you. It's constantly learning how to respond to things. And these can be things that help you or things that inhibit your growth. So everything is always affecting you on a very cellular level. Your body is always taking in information and it's constantly being shaped by your life experiences. That is why traumatic events, no matter how big or small they are, can have a huge impact on your physical health, your emotional health, and just the way that your body responds to things in life. So, your nervous system is always learning how to either turn towards your life experiences and your emotions or turning away from those experiences and emotions. And that is all depending on your body's capacity to hold your more difficult experiences. So let's say that you experience something in life and we'll just give an example here. Let's say that you lost your job, and that is something that is extremely difficult to go through. It's going to produce a lot of different emotions in your body. Your mind is going to go all over the place. So, in that triggering event, your body is either going to turn towards your emotional experience or it's going to turn away from it and shove it all down, or just as you get these emotions, they're going to come in, they're going to feel like a hot potato, and you're just going to toss this hot potato around, reacting from your emotional experience because maybe you're not able to tolerate that discomfort in your body. So, if you are constantly shoving your emotions down or just tossing them around like a hot potato, you are creating a lot of inner tension in your body. And that's because when your emotions come pouring in your body, we're supposed to learn how to move with them. And if you're constantly shoving them down, they don't really have anywhere to go. And so this energy gets a little bit stuck in your body and it gets trapped in different parts of your body. So, if you think about it, if you think of an emotion landing in your body, it can sometimes feel a little bit heavy. And we are supposed to create a capacity to be able to hold this heaviness so that we can figure out how to move with it. But the last thing that our body is designed to do is to just shove it all down under the rug because it's just not really going to have anywhere to go. So when it doesn't have anywhere to go, it becomes unprocessed in your body and it starts to show up in ways as chronic inflammation, inner tension, and later on, dis-ease. So, this chronic inflammation can fester in your body. And that's where we see a lot of things like high blood pressure, cardiac issues. Something that also can come up is poor posture, because when you're carrying things in your body starts to feel really heavy. And that starts to equal, your shoulders rounding forward, your head slumped forward, and overall, just this curling inward posture because your body is just feeling really heavy. Some other things that might show up from unprocessed emotions in the body are things like TMJ, grinding your teeth at night. And that is again because your body's just kind of holding on to so much and you're not even really cognitively aware of this, but it's all just happening on that cellular level. And the thing is that our body is designed to move through stress cycles, but many of us were just not taught how to do that. Many of us were not taught how to go through a stressful experience. And we were more than less just taught how to shove it all away and just continue to move forward in your life, making it seem like you're living this perfect life when you have all of these emotions just below the surface. One of the ways that you can really tell if you have a lot of unprocessed emotions flowing through your body is not only are there physical issues manifesting or hormonal issues manifesting, but it's one of those things that you might find yourself, maybe you see a sad commercial on TV and that just makes you start like sobbing and just crying and just feeling all of these emotions. Or maybe somebody asks you, hey, how's your day? And you just start crying because there's just so much that you've been carrying. And all it takes is just one person to ask how you're doing and it just kind of unravels. Another thing that might come up is that you get really reactive very easily because there's just so much that's been shoved down. So as soon as somebody brushes up a wound or a trigger, you just start to react and get really defensive. When you are able to give your body the ability to express your emotions, feel your emotions, you can relate to your emotions in such a different way. So it's all about allowing your self the space to feel everything that is coming up for you. That way, you can, one, if you already have chronic pain, learn how to manage your pain better. And two, prevent any of that stagnancy in your body that can later lead to dis-ease in your body. You are not designed to just constantly live up in your mind, intellectualizing your life experiences. You are designed to move and feel and be with your emotional experiences. I have so many people that come to me that say things like, I've spent years in traditional talk therapy and it's been really helpful to gain this self awareness that I do now, but it's not really taking me to the places that I want it to go, or it's taking like a really long time to really unravel all of these emotional experiences that I've been through, which is a good thing. However, when you pair traditional talk therapy with somatic healing, it can be such a game changer. So let's talk a little bit about what exactly is somatic healing and how that can be helpful for you. So, to explain what somatic healing is, let's first look at the word somatic. So, the Greek word soma means body. So, this is all about the body. And so, somatic healing is body centered therapy. It is a healing modality that focuses on the physical body and being able to create a space in your body for your emotional experiences to fully land. So it's much deeper than like a mind body connection. It's actually creating a beautiful capacity in your nervous system to be able to hold your emotional experiences again, so that these emotions don't just get trapped in your body. It's all about learning how to zoom out of the big picture of your life and be able to process these emotional experiences that are in your body. It's about learning how to recognize, oh my goodness, I'm feeling really stagnant in my body. What does that mean for me? And it's going to look different for everybody. It's very unique to our personal experiences. It's about creating space in your body to feel your emotional experiences. And that doesn't have to necessarily look like staying stuck in those emotions all the time. I think that there's this idea of, oh, I need to feel my emotions. And that doesn't have to look like this big thing where you stay feeling your emotions for like hours, but it can just look like taking a step back and taking a deep breath when you get triggered and just understanding that you are triggered and that it might not be the best place to react in that moment. It might be better to go for a walk, to be with your body, to understand what these sensations are trying to communicate to you. Maybe they're communicating to you it's time to place a boundary. And when we are so disconnected from our bodies, that's when our emotions start to hijack our day and they start to take the driver's seat of our lives, which we don't want to do that. We want to be in control of our emotional experiences and be able to provide a space in our body to be able to hold that emotional experience. And that is what we do here at Her Body Wisdom is we work on nervous system regulation so that you can hold these experiences in your body and have that greater capacity to sit with the uncomfortable emotions that often come in life, because the goal is never perfection. We are not trying to do this to have a perfect life. That's not going to happen, or just get rid of these uncomfortable things that we're going to have to hold on to. It's about learning how to be able to carry them with you and become friends with them, become friends with these sensations and emotions that we are carrying. And that is what somatic healing is all about, is coming back home to the body and creating a foundation of safety in our bodies. Because so many of us, again, we're not taught how to process our emotions in our bodies. We were just shown, okay, just push them away. And through somatic healing, through coming into the body, you can learn how to regulate your emotions and just navigate your life with so much more ease, so that you don't feel like you're this brewing volcano about to erupt at any moment, or you feel like you're just that kind of person that just shoves their emotional experiences down and hardly ever expresses themselves. Somatic healing is such a game changer and can be something that can make you go from feeling like you are just moving through life, just your emotions are always taking over, you're feeling very sensitive and emotional all the time, to feeling appreciation for your emotions and being able to navigate this world in a much more grounded place. It's not about getting rid of those emotions or saying that there's something wrong with you. It's about learning how to live in harmony with your emotional experience. So, let me know what takeaways you have from this episode. Let me know how this lands. And I hope that this was helpful because, again, I think it's important to kind of come back to that foundation, come back to what we are all about here, and how this work can be truly so life changing for you.